What is up, everyone? It is Diecastbuffet here again. Guys, we have the 2024 Hendrick Motorsports 40th anniversary Alex Bowman Ally Chevrolet Camaro in the studio. Let's go ahead and check it out. And here we go, fellas. What a beautiful looking diecast. I mean, if you really just set aside the 40th anniversary theme and just look at it from a red Ally paint scheme, it looks amazing. The 2024 Ally Primary, in my opinion, was the best one since 2021 out of all the Ally paint schemes. And I haven't seen the 2025 in hand, but from what I can see on track at the Busch Clash, or whatever they coin it as, I like the 2024 more. I don't know. I'm gonna kind of wait till the diecast comes out, but I just love the style pattern, the crazy full wrap look. Fantastic. Now, there is one thing about this car that some fans really didn't like, and it's the fact that it's a full wrap. And unfortunately, the red, the metallic red, is not even noticeable. So that is really unfortunate. I'm assuming this was more of a factory error that they didn't remove one of the colors, because like they can make any of these colors transparent on it, right? That's how decal sets work. They have a color, they turn it transparent, it turns into a clear film when they print it, so when they wrap it, you see the paint color underneath. What I think happened, the car was manufactured as a full decal wrap, thus covering up the metallic paint, because the metallic paint is there. I mean, I'm going to be honest with you, if they had no intentions of the metallic red being shown, they probably wouldn't have sprayed the undercarriage with the metallic paint, because it's going to cost them more. Let's just keep it real. So I do think this was kind of a logistical oopsie-doo on their part. It happens, but it is what it is. So we'll go here to the front of the car here. You got Alex Bowman right there, the front windscreen. You have the Ally logo. I love the livery. There's just so much craziness going on. And they even incorporated it into their patriotic car from 2024. So fantastic job by Lionel. Fantastic stuff. Go to the front of the diecast. Got the Chevrolet bow tie, 48 Sunoco. Hendrick Motorsports. Let's go over to the left side of the diecast. And you can see, again, that crazy full wrap design. I love it. I think it's awesome. I really wish they would have brought it back for 2025, but I can understand from marketing standpoint, you look at the same car long enough, you want to change the paint scheme each year so they can get the best ROI each year for the company, because they're paying the bills for the teams, right? Got Alex Bowman right there in the front, or the, what do you call it, the name rail. That's the word, English DB. Valvoline 40th, Ally Do It Right, HendrickCars.com. Goodyear Cup Series, number 48. There's a thin purple outlining to the 48, so kind of keeping the Ally theme to it. The Hendrick 9 car, this one over here, on top of your screen. It has the green outlining on the numbers as well. Go to the back of the diecast. Did a review on the GL mold variant of this car, which is, it's interesting because the Larson and the Byron were produced in the Authentics line, but they were made on the EL mold. But the Alex Bowman is produced on the GL mold, as well as the Chase Elliott. So if you're a Hendrick Motorsports completionist, that might bug some collectors long term, knowing that 2 of the cars got made in the separate diecast mold and the other 2 didn't. I'm just saying, some collectors have quirks, and that could kind of bug them. I know there's plenty of things that have bugged me throughout the years. Don't even get me started on the COTs with having some of them made on the contender series mold and some of them made on the winner circle mold. I'm like, no, I need everything on the, a similar diecast mold. With the back end of the car, get Ally Do It Right. Camaro got a little bit of a decal scratch or whatever the biff that is. 48 right there, Valvoline. Go to the right side of the diecast. Just beautiful looking paint scheme. And, I started thinking about the NASCAR Authentics and how the distribution has been, and I honestly kind of look at NASCAR Authentics diecasts in a new light. And the reason why I mention this is that this is technically not a exclusive, but it also is at the same time. You can't get it in just the individual box. Like, you can't just go to Circle B and just pick it up the boxed version, right? You have to buy it in the 4-pack set if you want the Gold Series edition, which the boxed variants are the Gold Series edition, as that's kind of what we coined it as in the collector universe. So you hit to pick it up in the 4-pack set. But if you want to get it individually, you have to buy the Authentics version, which we mentioned, and it's on the GL mold. So technically, it's a completely different diecast mold. You can check out my video, me comparing the GL mold to the EL mold. It should be somewhat recent. It'll have on the thumbnail, you'll have 2 Chase Elliott cars, the Universe paint scheme. One will say old and one will say new. That'll be the video. Anyways, my point is, and why I mentioned that, is that this car is kind of a hybrid exclusive. It's going to be very difficult long-term probably to get it in the Gold Series, so you're going to have to get it in the Authentics, which is going to make the Authentics version very sought after, I believe. This is just me just guessing. This is nothing official. Don't write home about it, but, oh yeah, get Ally, do it right, Bowman, 40th anniversary, 48 right there. And the reason why I look at the Authentics line a little bit differently is if you really think about it, the NASCAR Authentics line is kind of like consumables, okay? Hear me out. Hear me out. I know, kind of crazy, right? Crazy comparison. The Authentics line, it needs to be distributed and sold within a certain time period, right? So they announced the wave. Everyone's hyped up about it. It needs to be in the store pretty quickly. If not, it perishes. It sits there, and no one wants it, similar to how consumables are. This applies to the paint schemes that are available in the Gold Series and the Authentics line. So like a Chase Elliott primary, a Kyle Larson primary, ones that get the Gold Series and the Authentics release every single year. This doesn't apply to the exclusives because it doesn't matter if, like, let's just say you walk down the aisle and you saw a 2021 William Byron Homestead win. It's a NASCAR Authentics exclusive, never got made in the Gold Series. It's one of his race to win diecast. A very forgotten one, I might add. You're going to be significantly more intrigued with that car, knowing it's exclusive, knowing that it's, it was just distributed 3 years ago. You're probably going to be inclined to pick it up. But if you just saw a random 2019 Chase Elliott Daytona 500 wave car, you're going to be like, I don't care. I've already seen this thing, right? So what I'm trying to say is, exclusives don't have a expiration date. But when you have dual production cars, they are kind of like a consumable. You need to have, if they're distributed in March, they need to be on the store shelves by May, and they need to be sold probably by October at the latest. If not, they peg warm and they sit there. I mention this because I see this all the time. You go to a retail store and there's waves that were literally stocked over a year ago, right? And it really hurts the distribution. And the theory I kind of have, and maybe it's not really a theory, I wonder if it would be more profitable for them to just clearance the cars out. Like if they if that store has not bought or ordered a case from their distribution center in like 5 months, and they have not sold a single 164 NASCAR Authentics diecast in 5 months, it would probably be logistically better for them to just clearance them out, right? Just everything that's on the shelf from the NASCAR Authentics, clearance it out, half off, break even, and then order fresh sets. Why? Because then it would start forcing the store to get new inventory. They break even on the old product that no one wants, right? That was slow to get there, well behind, and essentially, quote unquote, expired. You get the new inventory in there. Now it forces the store to get that fresh inventory, and now people will buy it. That long term would probably give them more sales than just standing on the hill and dying on the hill hoping that someone will buy a diecast that was stocked a year ago, that's been sitting there and you could get in the Gold Series. That's just my 2 cents, not to go on a diatribe, but that's kind of how I feel about it. This car falls in between it because it is, the EL mode is exclusive. The GL mode is exclusive to the Authentics line. It's a hybrid, right? So my point is, you go down the aisle, you're going to be much more intrigued with this Alex Bowman car, knowing it's a pain in the butt to get in the 4-pack if the 4-pack sold out everywhere, than you would be, I don't know, a random Christopher Bell primary car, something that, you could get in the Gold Series right now, right? That's what I'm trying to say. Enough of me rambling. Thank you all for watching the video. Have a blessed one. Again, I mentioned this 4-pack set. It's going to get a little bit more difficult to find. Sold out currently of the plastic chassis variant. The only way you can get it, yes, in the diecast chassis line, which I actually really like these ones. They roll pretty cool. They're a little bit heavier, so they don't roll as fast, but they have way more consistent axles. Why? Because the actual hubs that hold the little the metal axle, it's metal. It's not like plastic where it can bend and stretch and mold and X, Y, and Z. It's the actual casting. So 9 times out of 10, maybe even higher than that, you're going to get a very well-rolling car. While with plastic, much more room for imperfections. So I actually really like the diecast chassis. That's all for now. Enough of me rambling. I appreciate if you got to this point in the video, comment, I don't know, comment a palm tree or something. I don't freaking know. That's all for now. Diecastbuffet, signing off.